Hey everyone, Upper Casserole here. This is a brief tutorial slash walkthrough of a short hike speedrun, namely the all feathers, medals, and hats category. This is a category I came up with. I wanted to do something that was a little bit longer than all golden feathers and had a little bit more stuff involved. This is what I came up with. I really enjoyed it. I wish some other people would run it. I think it's a really fun and interesting category, so I've come up with this guide to hopefully help others learn all the tips and tricks and all the routes and all that. So yeah, let's get into it. The first thing you want to do is go into the graphics settings and make sure that display FPS is set to enabled. And your game should be running at 60 FPS, so you almost certainly want VSync to be enabled as well. And this is important. You need the FPS to be showing because high frame rates do give you an unfair advantage. So you want to make sure that's set. And then you want to go into info and set the speedrun clock here to be enabled. This obviously adds the speedrun timer, but also if we watch the controller here, if you just hold left bumper or right bumper as it is, the text mashes at maximum speed, and this is something that happens when the speedrun clock is enabled. So we can use right bumper, or there's an equivalent keyboard button to mash through text as fast as possible. Anyways, we're going to start the run. We come down to the beach, we grab that first shell. This is very similar to an all golden feathers run. We're gonna grab the shell on this beach and then do our first chest boost. So I'll just show what this looks like at full speed. But basically, we're using this chest to fling us into the air to get a bunch of extra height. Let's break that down in slow motion, I guess. So basically, you're gonna jump onto the chest. You're gonna tap A to open the chest, and then right as the chest is opening and the coins are flinging towards you, you press A again to jump. And that's all there is to it. So you just tap A to open the chest and then wait a little bit of time and then tap A again to jump right as the chest is opening and the coins are hitting you. Now, this particular chest boost, there's the additional problem that you have to dismiss that you got a coin prompt by tapping A again, which is something that you need to do for specifically this chest boost because it happens only on the very first coins that you pick up in the run. So again, let's go back, let's watch this in slow motion. So tap A to open the chest, tap A to jump, and then tap A again to dismiss that prompt and gain control of the character. And then we're gonna use that to fling on over to this umbrella here. And we're gonna fly all the way back over to Sid's Beach. Now, there are no chest boosts that are actually required in this category. You could just swim this distance, it's fine. It's just obviously gonna be a little bit slower. But that works perfectly. Anyways, we fly over to Sid's Beach. If you didn't get enough height on this chest boost, you can land on this beach and just sort of walk around here, and there's an umbrella that you can launch yourself off of to get up here. And that works perfectly fine too. But we're just getting this toy umbrella. From here, we're just going to jump off, and without really pressing any directional buttons, but holding A, to just dive straight down and hit this umbrella, and then similarly dive straight down over to the frog kid, who we're going to talk to and get the toy shovel. We're going to grab that chest, equip the shovel, dig up this pit, and then grab this shell. Now we're going to jump up to here to get this chest. The way we're going to do that is we're going to land, and then I'm actually going to jump twice. Once sort of like off of the water, and then actually a second time off of the surface of the water again. It looks weird. It looks like I'm jumping off of nothing, but you'll see what I'm talking about here. Alternatively, you can also just jump onto this rock. This works perfectly fine too. But I'm going to dive, jump, jump, which actually just works because you're just jumping off of the surface of the water. Anyways, we get this chest. Again, you can chest boost, which gives you some speed, or you can just swim back. It's totally fine. We're going back to the frog. So you have to actually get the shovel from this frog, leave the area, which we did, and then come back and talk to them again, which is what we're doing to sort of proceed with this side quest. Then once we're done that, we're going to grab the shell on the beach. And again, this is just, so far, just all golden feathers. We're going to grab this chest, which is hidden between the two mossy boulders. And we're going to do another chest boost to get up here. And again, if you miss this chest boost, you can just walk along the beach down this way and like jump along these platforms and get over here. It's really not that much slower. You can also actually just walk up this way. And right about here, you can actually just climb this slope and just get up here. That also works. And they're both like pretty fine. And then we're going to do another chest boost off of this chest to get up here. And again, if you miss this chest boost, you can just jump to here and climb on up and it's fine. There's no chest boosts that are absolutely required for this category, which is something that I really like about it. But I do another small chest boost to get up here. We're gonna grab this hidden chest. Come down here, grab these coins. We should have 120 coins right now. And we're gonna head over to the visitor center. Before talking to the ranger though, we're actually gonna grab the chest that's hidden like right here behind the visitor center. Because we want to actually buy the provincial park hat. So we grab those coins, and then we're going to actually say what kind of merch you sell and buy a hat. And the reason we buy a hat first is because by buying a hat, we actually got a golden feather for free. You can see we actually got one feather. If you buy the feathers first, you then have to buy the hat at full price. If you buy the hat first, you get one golden feather for free. So yeah, so that's why we buy the hat first. And then from here, we're gonna just talk to him again and buy a second feather. So we get 2 feathers, come over here, grab the 3rd feather. And then from here, we're actually just gonna head straight in like this direction and head over to the painter. We're not gonna do any other item collection over here as you would in an all golden feathers run. We save that for much later. So we talk to the painter, come grab this chest, and now we're gonna head on back to the frog kid. And there should be a golden feather waiting for us. Again, we chest boost there. You can just fly. It's fine. From there, we're going to head back up to Sid's Beach. Or, that's not Sid's Beach. But anyways, we grab that coin, grab that shell on the beach, as well as, yeah, we need to get this silver coin. The coin routing is very tight. It's important that we grab that. So we want to grab that coin and then head back up this way, grab this chest. Again, boost off of it or not. And we grab this feather here. Now we're going to grab this golden coin. There's a golden coin right here, which is actually typically hidden. You can see it's actually behind this tree right now. But we're just going to walk along here and grab all these coins as we go and talk to the painter again. From here, we're going to go up to the lighthouse. There's, again, one more golden coin right here, sort of behind the lighthouse and between everything you need to grab. And then we're gonna dig, this is the hidden treasure in the shadow of the lighthouse, so right here, where there's a golden feather buried. From there, so what I like to do is, after opening this chest, you're gonna get you got a golden feather, so I like to just walk right here and wait for it. Then you get dismiss that prompt, and then we're gonna fly up to the lighthouse. You could just start flapping your way up to the lighthouse immediately, but then you have to dismiss that prompt in midair, and you're likely to just like mess up, waste a golden feather, and just like mess up this jump. So that's why I like to wait there. But you can do it, it's totally fine. Anyways, we come up to the lighthouse, open this chest, and this one I do actually just go immediately. Again, we're gonna get a prompt, but I'm actually just about to consume all 6 of my feathers to like flap my wings, so you're just sort of mashing A anyways, so you typically just dismiss the prompt and it's fine. So there it goes. And we're gonna dive over in this direction to the secret island. Oops, so I messed that up. Obviously you wanna just land on top of this chest, but that's okay. Again, chest boost or just climb up here. And here we're gonna do some tech. We need to climb to the top of this island, but we don't have the feathers for it. So what we're gonna do, and I'll show this in slow motion at first. Basically, we're gonna start climbing this wall. So we wait for all of our feathers to come back. We start climbing this wall, and when you're climbing, the feather's gonna slowly get consumed over time. And then we're gonna jump. And when you jump, you fully consume the feather that you're currently using. So even if it's like 90% depleted from climbing, you can still use it for a full jump. So that's what we're doing. We're gonna hold A so that we're climbing. And then once the feather is like 90% consumed, we're gonna release A and tap A again to jump, and then continue holding A to continue climbing. So we're climbing and then jumping. So it's just this rhythmic thing, and it lets you get a lot of extra height, and it lets us get up to here with only 7 feathers. So let's go back, and we'll go back to full speed. But yeah, you're just holding and then releasing A and retapping again in rhythm. It's not actually that tricky to do. And then from here, we wait for our feathers to recover, and then we can climb up to the top. This one is you can just flap, basically, and you're fine. We get our first silver feather. From here, we're going to dive over to the first Avery race, which is going to be the Avery Lighthouse. You don't need to get any extra height here. You can just jump off. You don't have to flap your wings ever. Just jump off, dive. You get a huge amount of height to work with. We're gonna fly back over towards Sid's Beach and then head over to Avery. There's like a lot of space you have here. You might be like way farther up or way farther down. So let's see where this ends up. This is fairly in the middle. So this sort of gorge is what we're looking for. This lets you know this is where Avery is. Avery is basically right on the other side of this gorge. So this is the sort of the sign that you should start diving, because you're very nearly there. If you're way down this way, like you can see the shoreline, you'll see there's a boat right here. There's like a canoe that's parked, and that's your cue that you should start diving, because Avery's right here. And if you're way up on this side, you'll see the King's Throne, which is like the rock that's shaped like a chair. And that's your cue that you've basically arrived. So we start diving, and yeah, Avery's right there. So we just dive and land right on top of her, talk to her, and we challenge her to a race, even though we don't have shoes. So the Avery races are interesting. Basically, because we need to wait for Avery to finish every race, we basically just want to do as much stuff during the race as possible. So that's basically what we're going to do. So we're immediately going to fly up towards the King's Throne and dig there. There's a secret treasure here. So this is the King's Throne that I was talking about. But there's a secret treasure up here. So we grab this chest. Then we're going to dive down to this shell here. So we do that. And then we flap up, grab this gold coin, and then this silver coin. And then we're going to flap our way up the mountain to this golden feather. Now, all these jumps are actually very easy. They're all exactly the same. If we go back a little bit. So we grab the shell, and then it's jump in 3 flaps to get up to this golden coin. And then we just jump over to the silver coin. And then from here, it's just jump and 2 feathers, jump and 2 feathers, jump and 2 feathers, jump and 2 feathers, over and over again. So just jump, flap, flap, jump, flap, flap. So jump, flap, flap, jump, flap, flap, jump, flap, flap, jump, flap, flap, jump, flap, flap. So all those jumps are exactly the same. You can basically just do them as fast as you can. You only need 2 feathers, and your feathers recover very quickly, so that it just works very nicely. You just go as fast as you can, jump, flap, flap, jump, flap, flap, jump, flap, flap, and you'll make it up here in time. Because we are raising Avery, of course. Once here, you're gonna use all your feathers, come over, grab this diggable spot here. There's a chest, and then from here, you just get some height and dive and head over to the lighthouse, and we easily beat Avery. From there, we're gonna go grab this gold coin, because we still need to wait for Avery to finish the race. So we go grab this. Note, this A prompt appears, and you think, oh, I need to tap A to pick up this coin. But no, this A prompt is actually to talk to your aunt. You just walk over the coin to pick it up. Do not press A. Then leave, and then flap up here. And we're just in time to beat Avery. So yeah, we need to talk to Avery. We're not going to challenge her to a rematch right now. So we just say bye, and then we're going to head over to Meteor Lake. So I like to gain some height. I'm going to land on this thing to refresh some feathers. And land on this thing to refresh some feathers. And then just gain as much height as you can, and we're going to fly over Meteor Lake. There's a shell that's right here that we're heading towards. So we grab that shell, and then we're going to start working our way over to the summit. We have to be a little bit careful with our feathers here. We have to wait for them to come back so we can fly up this wall. There's this hidden feather here. Again, waiting for feathers, and we're going to come up here, grab the bucket. You want to grab 3 of these coins. Again, the coin rating is pretty tight. There's some flexibility towards the end. So if you like miss 1 or 2 bronze coins, it's okay. But yeah, ideally you want to just grab 3 of these coins as you walk past. And then we're going to go water this plant and head up to the summit. Any percent or all golden feathers style. So just slowly flap. You have just enough feathers to make it up here. Depending on like how good your boost off of the flower is, you might have to take this a little bit slow. You might need to climb a little bit up the walls. But you usually are just fine to just flap your wings. Like if we look at this again. Yeah, that was a good boost. So I can pretty much just flap my wings and we're fine. But sometimes you're a little slow. You see I'm taking my time. Anyways, we're going to not dig up this diggable spot just yet. We're going to save that for later. We're just going to come refill our bucket and water this plant up here. From here, we're going to fly up to this hot spring, and we're going to actually water this plant as well. So we refill our bucket, water this plant and then head up to the summit. This might actually be incorrect. It might actually be faster to go straight from the hot spring to the summit. We are going to take this route a second time. We're going to do an Avery race, and we're going to take this same route up the mountain. So that's why I like watering this. I think it saves time overall. Because this boost is really fast. It really flings you up here. And then we're going to do it a second time. So I think it's good. But yeah, let me just show again that angle at full speed. So you can see how you actually get up to the summit. But yeah, you just flap up here. It's fine. And yeah, and now we sit through the summit cutscene. But yeah, it's important we get up to the summit. Like, we didn't get any treasures or anything on our way up here, but we're going to be rematching Avery. Or we're gonna be racing Avery to the summit eventually. So we do need to get up here. Anyways, let's go forward a little bit. Okay. So we sit through this cutscene. Obviously, again, you can just hold right bumper and skip through text as fast as possible, which is great. From here, I'm just going to dive straight to the right. We're going to the painter lady who's at the top of the river right now. So the way I do this is I just jump straight right. And then once the camera starts spinning, I tap, I believe it's like up once or twice. Yeah. It's sort of imprecise. It's a bit of an art form, but basically this lake is right above it. She's right below this lake. So when you're diving, that's sort of what I look for. But yeah, she's just right below the lake. So if we go back a little bit, I'll show this again. So yeah, I dive straight to the right and I tap up a few times once the camera has rotated. We talk to our painter friend, grab this chest, and then we're gonna just dive straight off this cliff. You want to dive straight down without pressing anything, any direction, because you actually need to go by the abandoned house. We need to see the abandoned house so that Avery will challenge us to a race here. So we just dive off of that cliff, see the abandoned house, and then we're going to fly over to Beach Stick Ball. So once you've seen it, you can sort of adjust your course and head on over. Once you see this tree, you know you're there. So let's just watch. Let's start from the summit again. Dive off here. Talk to our painter friend. That wasn't the greatest dive. Ideally, you just land right on top of her. Here, dive straight down, see the house, and then adjust your course and head over to Beach Stick Ball. So Beach Stick Ball, you grab this stick. Obviously, this is our only stick. I like to stand right here. I messed up the very first game, funnily enough. I like to stand basically right on this line, right in the center. It's possible that this kid will spike the ball into like this corner or this corner. And so you actually want to be standing far back. You have enough time to like get up to the net if he hits it really shallow. But this is the spot I find that's actually best. This game is actually, it's tough to get 15 hits, surprisingly. Sometimes he just will troll you completely. But anyways, we play up to 15. As soon as you get your 15th hit, you just immediately start flapping your wings and flying away. I haven't been counting right here. I don't know where we're at, but soon, maybe? Yeah. As soon as you hit your 15th hit, you just start flapping away, and then you'll just get interrupted. If you see that you've gotten the hat, you're good. We got a golden feather, money, and a hat, which means we got 30 hits. From here, we're going to fly over to the graveyard, talk to Painter Friend again. And we're gonna then flap over here in this direction, get some speed, and then flap up to the second Avery race, which is the abandoned building. Once again, we're gonna do a bunch of collection while racing Avery here. So we're gonna start climbing this wall. Again, we're gonna do the trick where we climb and flap our wings to get extra height to get up to this ledge. And then from there, we're gonna get up to this chest, which has a golden feather. Then we're going to grab one of these bronze coins. You don't need to grab the second one. You could. It's an Avery race. You have time. But I find it really awkward to grab this coin, actually, so I don't bother. But yeah, we grab that chest, fly along this wall with some speed to grab this dig spot over here. Switch to shovel. And then from here, you're going to very slowly flap your wings. You need every inch of height you can get out of your feathers here. So don't dive at all. Just slowly flap and fly in this direction, and you'll just perfectly get to the top of the abandoned building. We're gonna grab, there's a chest actually right behind all these boxes, which I grab here. Then we finish the race. And then we're gonna, since we're waiting for Avery, we're gonna come up here, grab this chest, continue flapping up, and there's a golden coin right here. You can see this coin. And then from there, we're going to go back to the end of the race. And Avery still isn't here, so perfect. And then we're immediately going to challenge her to a rematch. Because you actually need to do this race and the lighthouse race twice to get the Avery medal. So this on the rematch, we're going to collect yet more stuff. This time we're going to go low. So we get some speed dive over to this dig spot. From here, we're going to flap over, get some speed again to this beach. We're going to grab the shell. And now there are 3 coins. There's a gold coin and 2 bronze coins. Sometimes the second bronze coin sort of falls off of this table, which it looks like it has here. Yeah, you can just see it there. Again, ideally you want to grab both of these bronze coins as well as the gold. And this is an Avery race, so again, you have the time to do it. It's really fine. Then you fling off the umbrella, fling off of this umbrella, and then just head up to end the race. And again, we're waiting for Avery, so we're going to come up here, and there's a dig spot just right here, which we can get before Avery finishes. So that's fine. Again, we need to talk to her so that we actually get the medal, but we don't want to rematch her again. So we just say bye. If you do accidentally challenge her to a rematch, you have to finish the race again. You can't just like start the race and go continue the route. You have to finish the race again. Otherwise, she's not going to show up at the other race sites. So if you accidentally challenge her, you do unfortunately have to do it. Although at this point, she's going to copy your previous route. So she actually goes pretty fast. But yeah, you obviously just want to say bye and then leave. From here, we're going to head on over to the boat. Actually, we're going to head on past the boat. So I'm a little bit far down. Like I could be much farther up and then I would be able to see some islands, which would be very helpful. I think I actually adjust my course, yeah, because I want to be able to see. So there's this island. So the beach stick ball island is further up. You might see it depending on your angle. Then there's this island, which you'll see, and this is how you can sort of orient yourself over the ocean. We fly past that. This is the second island. This is the island where the boat actually is. And then we sail past that, and there's this third island that we're actually going for. We want this dig spot. So let me just show that again. So from the top of the Avery race, we just sort of dive off in kind of this direction. And you use the sort of the land masses that you see to orient yourself. So there's the first island, second island, and then the third island, which is where we're actually headed. Grab this chest. From there, we fly back over to island number 2, grab this chest, and then we go over and rent the boat. And then say yes and don't pick up the manual. Then we talk to this small child several times so that we take them out. So we need to go sufficiently fast in the boat. Let me just slow this down to make sure I actually pause at the right moment. But basically, you can watch the kid's expression. So right there, it's kind of hard to see, but his eyes have turned into a U and his hands are in the air. That's the sign that you've gone sufficiently fast that he'll actually challenge you to the obstacle course if you talk to him. Otherwise, he'll just complain, saying that you haven't gone fast enough. So the way that you do this, at the start of the boat race, you're going to steer up a little bit, just to like give yourself a little bit more room, and then just sort of drive straight into that corner there. So you adjust your angle a little bit and then drive into the corner, and he's happy. You immediately get out of the boat, grab the chest that's hidden at the beach, and then talk to the kid, and he'll challenge you to the obstacle course. So this boat race is pretty straightforward. I mean, just head through everything as fast as you can. There is the bit of tech at the end with the ramp that I'll talk about when we get there. But yeah, there's nothing crazy going on here. We're just doing this as fast as you can. So this ramp, basically, if you launch the boat off the ramp, you get the cutscene, and then you have to repair the boat, and then you have to do this whole challenge all over again. There's 2 ways around this. First of all, you could just like get this flag and then do a U-turn and leave and just do the rest of the course. Alternatively, you can launch the boat off the ramp as long as you're not driving the boat when you launch it off the ramp. So I'm just going to tap Y to stop driving the boat, launch it off the ramp, and then start driving the boat again. It can be a little bit finicky, but it's pretty straightforward. So let's watch this in slow-mo. Tap Y, I'm no longer driving, and then I tap A to start driving again, and you're fine. It's a bit scary. You don't want to accidentally jump out of the boat, which you very much can do, because that ends the race altogether. So you need to be a little careful, but it's not too bad with some practice. And again, you can just do a U-turn and not go over the ramp at all and just finish the race, and that works totally fine too. From here, we're going to head off in this direction. There's the trash island that we need to get to. So we're going to go there. I like to then do just like a little U-turn to park the boat. Because otherwise, if you just like fly straight into this island, the boat will sort of bounce off and meander away. We need this boat later. But yeah, this is the trash island. There are 9 pieces of trash here. Can I see them all right now? There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then 8, 9. But yeah, first we're going to dig up this secret dig spot here and then grab all 9 pieces of trash. I like to grab the first piece of trash while the chest is opening, because you get the "you picked up trash" prompt. And then we're going to talk to this, I guess, deer several times and get the hat. Make sure you talk to her enough times to actually buy the hat. I've actually missed buying the hat by just like too quickly leaving after talking to her like only twice. I think you have to talk to her 3 times. Anyways, we get back on the boat and we're going to head up in this direction here. So yeah, as soon as we see the land, we're good. So we just head along the shore here and then just face plant into this beach and head up to this dig site. So grab that chest, grab the shell. We're going to fly up here. Use your feathers with abandon here where the feathers are very lenient. We're going to grab a pick and then gold coin up here. I missed the coin though, that's fine. And flap on up here to this chest. Again, you can just use all your feathers. We don't need our feathers right now. After this chest, we're gonna go and open up this passage and take it. So, we are now gonna do the summit race to Avery. So Avery is like directly down in this direction, but we're not gonna go there right away. We're actually going to go collect some items first, namely this stuff on the beach here. And the reason we do this now, in like an all golden feathers run, we're here, there's a golden feather up here, right at the start of the run, and you get that golden feather, and then you do this collection. We do this now because Avery needs time to show up here. It's very strange, but the way Avery works is she sort of just like teleports around the map, and there's some logic around... like if you go straight from one race location to another, she doesn't appear because it doesn't want to make the game doesn't want to make it look like she's teleporting. So only if you like come from a different angle or something. So yeah, if you just emerge from this tunnel and go straight to Avery, more often than not, she's not there. And it's, as best as I can tell, kind of RNG how long she decides to take to just show up here. As long as you're not looking. So yeah, that's why I put off this collection until now. Because it gives Avery more time to show up. So we emerge from this tunnel, come on over here, do this sort of early game collection. We grab that diggable spot. There's a gold coin right there. The shell on the beach. And then this other shell. And then, yeah, as you can see, Avery is here. And very rarely I have done this route and Avery is not here. Because you did it too quickly or just bad RNG. If that happens, you just sort of need to leave the area and then come back. You can literally just go like up to the visitor center. So just up here, like just go to literally to the ranger and then come back and she'll be here probably. But anyways, most of the time she's just here the first time and it's nice. So we're going to talk to Avery, challenge her to the summit race. This is by far the longest race and we're going to use every second of it to collect things. So we're going to grab this chest. Dive down here to the watch person, dig up this diggable spot. Fly up here, there's a chest hidden in between these rocks here that we're gonna grab. We're gonna head up these stairs, grab this diggable spot. Avery's crushing us, obviously. We're gonna go talk to the rabbit to start off this side quest. We do need the headband after all. Grab this diggable spot. You're looking for, so we saw him just briefly there. We do need to talk to Taylor the turtle, and he's sort of randomly in various locations. Right now he's actually pretty close, which is very nice. So I'm just sort of keeping my eye on him. We're gonna flap up here, grab this golden coin. and then talk to Taylor. We do need this diggable spot. So if Taylor were like further along, you'd grab this diggable spot first, but I'm just gonna grab Taylor first since he's right here. Then we grab this diggable spot. Then we're actually gonna come up here and hit this money rock 11 times. 11 or 12, it depends. So this is where the money leniency comes in. We need 493 coins hitting this money rock. That's what you're looking for. You hit this money rock until you have 493 coins. If you've collected all the bronze coins that I've mentioned, it'll be 11 hits. If you haven't, you can hit it 12 times. You can only hit the rock 12 times though, so there's not like infinite leniency here. But anyways, we're gonna hit this. And sometimes Taylor will just be over here and you just kind of have to jump over here and talk to him, and that's fine. But yeah, 493 coins, that's the magic number, and then we're gonna leave. So we're gonna head back over this way, grab this chest, and flap our way up here, grab this chest, grab this shell, and then we're gonna head over to Outlook Point. So just kind of flap up these walls. Be a little bit careful with your stamina here, it's a bit tight. Grab this chest, talk to the painter. While you're talking to the painter, you do want to mash A. So you're holding right bumper to go through the text, but you want to mash A because the golden feather prompt is going to get you. So you mash A anyways. Head up to the roof here, and we're going to start working our way towards the summit. So we're going to head back to the original bucket location. And you see now why we didn't grab any of the chests earlier, because we're going to grab them now. So yeah, we grab that chest, fling up the flower up here to grab this chest, and then we're gonna take the flower back up to the summit. So incidentally, you actually have the exact same number of feathers right now, because we're doing an aviary race, we're limited to 9. The very first time we did this route, we actually had 9 feathers too, so it's exactly the same. You probably have enough gold feathers to do this without climbing, but it's like a little bit tight. So we make it there. I'm gonna dig up this chest now. Again, we didn't dig this up earlier because we were saving it for the aviary race. And then we're going to dive in the lake, not to fill the bucket, because we've already watered all the plants. We just need our stamina back. So from there, we're going to take this feather up, and we've watered this plant already too, and that's why we watered it the first time, and just take that up to the summit. You probably don't have enough feathers to actually get to the actual summit, so you want to take a break in this pond here. And now I like to actually waste all of my stamina here while waiting for Avery. I find it makes we're going to be going to College Kid after this. And I find not having any golden feathers is helpful because it means you can more quickly get into a dive if you're sort of like off track. But you might want to save your feathers too. I don't know. That's just a personal choice. Okay, I was pausing a lot. Let's actually just back up and watch the Avery race again. Because it's a lot. Very long race. So let's just watch this at full speed. But yeah, we're going to do a whole bunch of collection. So this first chest, we're going to head over. And so you can do like some, if this race is too tight, and it is pretty tight, you don't have a lot of room for error, you can like route some of the stuff like after College Kid on your way back down here. Because you do need to like, or no, you can't do it after College Kid. You could do it like earlier in the run, perhaps. You can just like get a couple more chests somewhere. But yeah, I mean, ideally you want to be cramming as much into the Avery races as possible. Because it's time that you're like, you'd otherwise just be waiting around. But it is unfortunate, of course, that if you just mess up this race, the run is basically over because you have to redo the entire race. You really see how badly we're just embarrassing Avery by just doing every side quest possible during this race. It's kind of absurd. Careful with our feathers here. These jumps are a bit precise. Mashing A while talking to dismiss the all golden feathers prompts. And then we head back over here. Yeah, you can also sort of, eventually you get a sense for like how close Avery is to the finish based on like where you see her on the map. And you can sort of make a judgment call of like, oh, I should skip a chest right now and just like head up to the summit so that I actually beat Avery. Which can happen if you like flub your movement a bit. So especially now you can sort of see where she is. Like she's sort of, this is her approaching the when she was really close to the flag, she was basically at the hot spring. So you can sort of tell. Anyways, make it to the summit. I like to waste all my feathers here, but you may not want to. That's fine. We talked to Avery. Fortunately, we don't have to do this race twice, so we just get the medal. So we say bye. Oh, that's not what I meant to do. Okay. Diving off of this, we're going to College Kid. I like to dive straight up. And then again, when the camera spins, I just tap up like once or twice. Again, it's sort of an art. Tap up. I even do it with the D-pad because I find it more precise. But yeah, you just sort of tap up to sort of arc around to this wall. This is where the College Kid is, obviously, and actually did a pretty good job there. Let's see that again. Yeah, just sort of adjust. So we talk to the College Kid. You have to buy 1 golden feather, and then you say, "What's your deal?" And then, "Do you want money for tuition?" And you pay $400 for tuition. And now that you've paid for his tuition, he only charges 40 coins per feather. So we show up here with 620 coins. You have to buy the first feather at full price because he won't tell you what his deal is until you buy 1 feather at full price. And then you pay 400 for tuition, and then he gives you the discounts. And we have just enough coins. So from here, we're going to do some all golden feathers stuff. We're going to head over here, grab the shell, and then head over to the tower where there's a golden feather. The camera really doesn't cooperate with you there. From there, we're going to dive down to this shell, and then from here, we're going to head over to the silver watch guy. So just got a lot of height with your feathers. Fly on over here. Basically, and you can keep diving to get speed, as you can see I'm doing. As soon as you see this pond, that's your cue that he's just like right beyond it. So we get the second silver feather. And then we just wrap up the run. So we talk to Painter, we get the 19th golden feather there, and now we need to do the Lighthouse Avery race. We only did that race once. We still need to do the rematch. So we're going to head over here where Avery is standing and challenge her to do a rematch and ask her to do the lighthouse race, which we're going to use this fast travel to get over here. Now, this final Avery race is actually really tight. It's one of the harder races. It's very short, but you have to be very precise with your movements. So we do have 2 silver feathers, though, which helps a lot. So we're going to head up to the king's throne, then get a lot of height and a lot of speed, and we're just going to start diving towards the beach. And periodically, you can just dive more and get more speed. We're going to grab the shell that's on the beach there. Talk to this kid. This kid could be like anywhere along this beach. This time they're really far, that's fine. Talk to them a few times and get the shell necklace. And then very quickly open your inventory, switch to bucket, water this plant, and then we're going to jump up to the lighthouse. Now this is actually really awkward. This is what you don't want to see. This kid is standing right next to the flower, so it's very possible that we're going to try and jump on this flower and talk to her instead, which is really what you don't want. Ideally, she's just like over here. We'll see what happens here. Yeah, so I actually messed up my jump because I was trying to avoid talking to her, but normally you just sort of stand here and jump onto the flower as it's blooming. But from there, you can just fly straight up to the lighthouse, and you just barely beat Avery. Obviously, I messed up that jump once, but even still, this race is very tight. Let's just watch it again. Yeah, it's very short. You really don't have a lot of room to play with, but I mean, it's not the hardest race in the world either. You just get a lot of height, pick up some speed as we head towards the beach, grab the shell, and talk to the little kid. You can do this flower boost can be really, really elegant if you're positioned really closely, and it basically just takes you directly to the lighthouse, but just the fact that she was too close means the jump was really bad too. And yeah, you just beat her out. From there, we get our final medal, and then from there, we get our final golden feather, talking to Aunt May. And that's the run. From here, we just trigger the ending cutscene. And we have hopefully gotten all 20 golden feathers, 2 silver feathers, 4 hats, and 3 Avery medals. After the credits, we typically would like to show our inventory, just reopen the file. So let's just go through that quickly. But yeah, it's helpful because, yeah, for verifying that you actually did the run. As I said, I've actually forgotten to get a hat a few times. So you typically just continue and open up your inventory and show that you have indeed gotten 4 hats, 3 medals, 20 goldens, 2 silvers, and that's a valid run. So yeah, thanks so much for watching. That was the tutorial for the all feathers, medals, and hats with no save and quit category for a short hike. Hope you enjoyed, and best of luck.